Standard 9th, Subject Social Science, Chapter number 13, India, Location, Geological Structure and Physiography 1. We are going to study part 1 of this chapter. We are going to study chapter number 13. This is the first chapter of our geography section. That is India, Location, Geological Structure and Physiography. Here we are going to study about India in detail. Before we start with the location, that is the first part of this chapter, we are going to study something about India. Now you know, dear students, that India is known for its unity in diversity in the entire world. How do this diversity created? How this diversity came into existence? That is before hundreds of years ago, that is in ancient times. Many people, that is people following different culture, religions, caste, came to India and settled in India. And people of India welcomed all these cultures wholeheartedly. People of India never ever discriminated with these people on the basis of their religion or race, that is color. And thus India became a place of cultural confluence. Cultural confluence, yes. Cultural confluence means cultural gatherings where different culture gathered, coordinated with each other, supported each other and lived peacefully in India. Thus, India is a place of cultural confluence. You can see here, that is Indian culture is the oldest culture. Indian culture welcomed all the cultures wholeheartedly. Indian culture never discriminated any religion or race. Thus, India is considered as the place of cultural confluence. Are you clear with this? Further, we are going to move with the location of India. Let us learn the location of India on the imaginary figure of the earth. Let us suppose that this circle drawn over here is the earth, and this earth is divided into the four directions. Like you can say, the upper direction is considered as north, where we consider it as the north pole. Lower direction is considered as the south, that is south pole, and the other two directions of earth are east and west. Here I have drawn, you can see that upper direction is north, lower is south, on right side it is east and left side it is west. So these four are direction. You can see over here that at the center of the earth I have drawn 0-degree equator. You have learned regarding this in your earlier classes. That is, equator passes exactly from the center of the earth. Now we are going to see that whether India is located in the upper part of the equator, that is northern hemisphere, or lower part of the equator, that is southern hemisphere. Yes, this upper part is considered as the northern hemisphere, that is northern half, and lower part is considered as the southern hemisphere, that is southern half part of the earth. Now among this, India is located on the northern hemisphere, that is at this place. This is the location of India in the northern hemisphere, right? And this direction is the eastern direction, okay? Then another part will be the western direction. So this entire part is considered as the eastern direction. This is the eastern part of the earth, and the other part will be the western part of the earth. So here you can say that India is situated on the northern hemisphere of the earth and in the eastern direction. Are you clear with this? Along with India, India is a country, but other continents are also, and India is situated in Asia. Along with Asia, there are other continents also which are located on the northern hemisphere and the eastern direction. They are, you can say, Europe, Africa. Africa is half in the northern hemisphere and half in the southern hemisphere. Okay, so these are the other continents which are situated in the northern hemisphere. Now proceeding further, India is situated in Asia. Now in which part of India is situated? Then India is situated on the southern part of Asia. Yes, the Asian continent is in the northern hemisphere, and India is considered as the southern part of the Asia. For example, this is Asia, and here you can see that I have drawn the square shape, and this shows that it is India. So India is situated on the southern part of Asia. Remember properly, that is, India is situated in the northern hemisphere, and when we talk regarding the Asian continent, then India is situated on the southern part of the Asian continent. Okay, now above equator there is Tropic of Cancer. Yes, Tropic of Cancer is situated at 23.5 degree north. 23.5 degree north. Upper direction is the northern and lower is the southern. So when we talk regarding the northern hemisphere, then above equator at 23.5 degree northern latitude there is situated Tropic of Cancer, and this Tropic of Cancer passes exactly from the middle of India. So this is what we can say is the location of India on the earth. Are you clear? Again I am repeating, figure of earth, upper part northern hemisphere, lower part southern hemisphere. One direction is eastern and another is western direction. At the center of the earth there passes the equator. India is situated in the upper hemisphere of the earth, that is northern hemisphere. Now at 23.5 degree northern latitude there passes the Tropic of Cancer. Yes, this is Tropic of Cancer. Okay, and this lower part is considered as the southern hemisphere. So 23.5 degree northern latitude there passes the Tropic of Cancer, which passes exactly from the center of India and divides India into two halves. Upper part of the India is the Asian continent, that is India is situated in the Asian continent, and India is situated on the southern part of the Asian continent. Yes, India is situated in the northern hemisphere, and if we talk regarding Asian continent, then India is situated in the southern part of Asian continent. I hope you are very clear with this. Further, to know the exact location of India on the earth, we need to understand two concepts, that is latitudes and longitudes, that we are going to study further. Here I have explained you the latitudes and longitudes. First of all, what are latitudes? Then here you can see that latitudes are the horizontal lines on the globe of the earth. See, these lines are not drawn on the earth. These are just imaginary lines, and that also on the globe of the earth. That is to know the location of each and every place in the world, imaginary lines are drawn. So what are latitudes? And latitudes are the imaginary horizontal lines. Keep in mind, horizontal lines, that is, you can say the lines that are drawn from east to west. Imaginary horizontal lines on the globe of the earth drawn from north to south. Yes, that is, you can say north from south means this is the northern direction and this is the southern direction. So from north to south they are drawn, and they shows the distance between the north and south. So distance between north and south. Be clear over here that these are the horizontal lines, so people mistaken that it shows the difference between east and west, but no, here it shows the difference between north and south. Okay, so imaginary horizontal lines on the globe of the earth drawn from north to south are considered as latitudes. And at the same time, what are longitudes? Then longitudes are the imaginary vertical lines opposite to latitudes, that is vertical lines on the globe of the earth drawn from east to west, that is, you can say from east to west. Now here it shows the difference between, see, these are the vertical lines and this is east direction and this is west. So they shows the distance between the eastern and western place. So that is, we can say latitudes are drawn from east to west and show the distance between the eastern and western direction. So this is how we study the latitudes and longitudes. I hope you are clear with the latitudes and longitudes. Again I am repeating one time. Latitudes are the imaginary horizontal lines on the globe of the earth drawn from north to south, and longitudes are the imaginary vertical lines drawn on the globe of the earth from east to west. Let us study these latitudes and longitudes more clearly with the help of the figure. Now here you can say that this is the map of India. Now I have drawn the horizontal lines as well as vertical lines on the map. Now horizontal lines shows that they are the latitudes and vertical lines shows that they are the longitudes. Horizontal lines are drawn with green color, whereas vertical lines are drawn with the red color. Okay, so let us proceed and study the location of India with the help of latitudes and longitudes. I am repeating again that these horizontally drawn lines, that is lines that are drawn with green color, shows the latitudes, and vertically drawn lines, that is the lines that are drawn with red color, shows the longitudes. Okay. Now as you know that India is situated in the northern hemisphere. Okay, we are going to see first of all the latitudinal extent. Latitudinal extent of India, that is, if you see that below earth there is equator at this direction, here it is going to be the equator. Now as you move up, this is 8.4 degree north latitude. Here this is 8.4 degree north latitude. Now this is the place from where the area of India begins. You can see here, that is from here the area of India is starting, and that is starting from 8.4 degree north latitude. Moving to the upper direction, the last part of India, that is the northernmost part of India, at this place you may find that is the latitude is 37.6 degree northern latitude. So here you can say that India is situated between 8.4 degree north latitude to 37.6 degree north latitude. Yes, if we talk regarding the latitudinal extent of India, then it is situated between 8.4 degree northern latitude to 37.6 degree northern latitude. Here also you can see I have written latitudinal extent of India, that is 8.4 degree north to 37.6 degree north latitudes. Okay, so this latitude we can say is the 8.4 degree north latitude, and this is 37.6 degree southern latitude. Are you clear with this? Okay, now let us study regarding the longitudes. Now longitudinal extent of India again is divided into east to west. Yes, I cleared, that is longitudes are drawn from east to west. This is eastern part of India and this is western part of India. But don't get confused that this could be the east latitude and this could be the east longitude and west longitude. This entire India comes in the eastern direction, and so the entire India is going to be between the eastern longitudes. Yes. Now we start, then you can say India is situated between 68.7 degree east longitudes to 97.25 degree east longitudes. Yes, the eastern direction begins from here. Now you can say that India is situated between 68.7 degree east longitudes to 97.25 degree east longitudes. Yes, the Gujarat, here India starts from the Gujarat, and that is 68.7 degree east longitudes, and here it ends at Arunachal Pradesh and it is 97.25 degree east longitudes. Okay, are you clear with this? So this is the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of India. Here also you can see the longitudinal extent of India is situated between 68.7 degree east longitudes to 97.25 degree east longitudes. Are you clear with this? Here I have tried to show the Tropic of Cancer, that is the middle line that is exactly passing from the center of the earth. So this is the, you can say, Tropic of Cancer. This Tropic of Cancer is the 23.5 degree north latitude, 23.5 degree north latitude, that is Tropic of Cancer, that passes exactly from the center of India. Are you clear with this? Okay, again we are repeating that Indian area or India's location on the earth is decided on the basis of the latitudes and longitudes. Now you can see the eastern part of India, easternmost part of India. Now we are talking about India. So this is the eastern part of India and this is the western part of India. Now we have saw that there is time differences in the different countries in the world. That is, when we talk regarding eastern countries and western countries, then there is the difference of about 12 hours in their day and night. That is, when it is day over here, it is night over there, and where it is night over here, it is day over there. Similarly, there is very small difference in the time periods of Arunachal Pradesh, that is easternmost part of India, and Gujarat, that is westernmost part of India also. How? Now you know that globe of earth is moving. So the first part which is going to be in front of sun is going to be Arunachal Pradesh among India. I am talking among India, that is among India. The first state that is going to face the sunrise, or that is going to be in front part of the sun, is going to be Arunachal Pradesh, and the last state which is going to face the sunrise, that is the rays of the sun, is going to be Gujarat. So you can say the sun rises first of all in Arunachal Pradesh in the India. This is Arunachal Pradesh, and last is going to be Gujarat. So it is going to be Gujarat. Thus, as we talk regarding the difference in timings of the countries, similarly there is difference in the timing of two places of India also, that is Arunachal Pradesh and the Gujarat. Now you should be clear that here timings are decided on the basis of the longitudes and not latitudes, because sun rises in the east and sets in the west, and longitudes are drawn from east to west. Thus the timings depends on the longitudes. And so as we can say that first sun rises in the Arunachal Pradesh and it sets in the and it rises last in the Gujarat. So there is difference in the timings of Arunachal Pradesh and Gujarat. But there can't be different timings in a country, otherwise it would lead to misunderstanding among the different criteria or different procedures of the country. Thus, it is being decided that India should have only one time. So now this time how is decided? If we decide the timings from the longitude of Arunachal Pradesh, then it will be too early for Gujarat. And if we decide the timing on the basis of the last longitudes, that is the longitudes that passes near Gujarat, then it will be too delay in the timings of Arunachal Pradesh. So for this reason, what we have done, we have exactly passed one longitude from the center of India, and that is considered as 82.3 degree longitude, which passes exactly from the center of India. See, here you can see the dotted line, and this is passes from 82.3 degree east longitude. This is 82.3 degree east longitude. This longitude you can see that it passes exactly from the center of India, that is east to west direction. If you see, then it passes from the center of India. Now here you can see that these longitudes pass from the 5 states of India. These 5 states of India are, first is UP, then you can say it is MP, then you can say it is Chhattisgarh, Orissa and Andhra Pradesh. In this way, your 82.3 degree longitude passes from 5 states of India. See, this is UP, this is MP. In MP, it passes from the end part of the MP, a very small region, end part of the MP. Then it passes from the Chhattisgarh, then it passes from the Orissa, then it passes from the Andhra Pradesh. So you can say this 82.3 degree east longitude passes from the 5 states of India, and on the basis of timing of these states, that is from where this longitude pass, the timings of the entire country are decided. Okay, and this longitude, that is 82.3 degree east longitude, is considered as the standard meridian of India. Yes, this is considered as the standard meridian of India. I hope you are clear. Again I am repeating that Arunachal Pradesh is in the eastern direction. Sun rises first in Arunachal Pradesh and last in Gujarat. Thus there is difference in the timings of Arunachal Pradesh and Gujarat. That is, when it is early morning in Arunachal Pradesh, it is still night in the Gujarat. Thus there is difference in the timings. But there should be one timing in the country. That's why the timings of India are decided on the basis of, you can say, standard meridian. This standard meridian is located at 82.3 degree east longitude, and here it is shown with a dotted line. I showed that this longitude passes from the 5 states of India, that is UP, MP, Chhattisgarh, Orissa and AP, and thus on the basis of this longitude the timings of India are decided, and this will be the uniform timing in the entire country. Let us clear this. In India, sunrises takes place first in Arunachal Pradesh and last in Gujarat. Standard time of India is decided on the basis of 82.3 degree east longitudes. This longitude passes from the 5 states of India. That is, you can say, first is Uttar Pradesh, second is Madhya Pradesh, third is Chhattisgarh, fourth is Orissa, and the last is Andhra Pradesh. Are you clear with this? Okay. Now we are going to study the size of India and the area of India. That is, how big India is. Okay. Let us clear this with the help of this note. Now here you can see, that is, we are going to study about the distance and the area of India. In this, first of all, we are going to see the east to west distance. Yes, east to west distance is all about the eastern part of India, that is Arunachal Pradesh, and the western part of Gujarat, that is western part of India, that is Gujarat. So now when we talk regarding east to west direction, so this is east and this is west. So when we talk regarding east to west distance, then it is, you can say, 2933 kilometers. That is east to west distance from eastern direction, that is easternmost part of India, and westernmost part of India. Easternmost part is Arunachal Pradesh and the westernmost part is Gujarat. So when we talk regarding east to west distance, it is 2933 kilometers. And similarly, when we talk regarding the north to south distance, that is the northernmost part is Jammu Kashmir and the southernmost part is, you can say, here it is Kanyakumari, you can consider it as Kerala. So this shows the difference between the north and the south distance, and the distance between the northernmost part of India and the southernmost part of India is 3214, that is 3214 kilometers. Yes, again I am repeating, that is east to west distance is 2933 kilometers and north to west distance is 3214 kilometers. Now in this way, total area of India becomes 32.8 lakh square kilometers. Yes, the total area of India becomes 32.8 lakh square kilometers. Now, India holds 7th rank in the world. 7th rank in the world in terms of area. Yes, that is, India is the 7th biggest country of the world. Now let us see that which are the 6 countries greater than India in terms of area, means have more area than India. Then at first number it is Russia, second it is Canada, third place it is USA, fourth number it is China, fifth place it is Brazil, sixth it is Australia, and then at 7th position there comes the India. So after Russia, Canada, USA, China, Brazil and Australia, there comes India at the 7th position in terms of area in the entire world. So this is about the location of India. Are you clear, students, regarding the location of India? Yes, and let us revise everything once again. First of all, we are going to study, that is, the location of India. Before that, we studied that India is a place of geographical diversity, that is cultural confluence. Confluence means gatherings. Many people following different cultures and religions came to India and settled in India. People of India welcomed them wholeheartedly, and thus India is considered as the place of cultural confluence. After that, we can discuss regarding the location of India on the imaginary figure of the Earth. That is, India is situated in the southern hemisphere. India is situated in the northern hemisphere. Equator passes from the center of the Earth. India is situated on the upper part of the Earth. That is northern hemisphere. Okay. Among India at 23.5 degree north latitudes, Tropic of Cancer passes, which divides India into two halves. Okay. Now when we talk regarding location of India in the Asian continent, then in the Asian continent India is situated in the southern part of Asia. Yes, India is situated in the southern part of Asia. You can see over here, right? So this way we can say that India is situated in the northern hemisphere and in the eastern direction. We tried to clear this with the help of latitudes and longitudes. Here you can see that latitudes are the horizontal lines drawn on the globe of Earth from north to south, and longitudes are the vertical imaginary lines drawn on the globe of Earth from east to west. I tried to show this with the help of this figure, in which the vertical lines are the longitudes and horizontal lines are the latitudes. Latitudes are drawn with the green color, whereas longitudes are drawn with the red color. We saw that the first longitude of India is 8.4 degree north, that is from the southernmost tip of India, and the last longitude of India is 37.6 degree north. So India is situated between 8.4 degree north latitude to 37.6 degree north latitude. And if we talk regarding the longitudinal extent of India, then India is situated between 68.7 degree east longitude to 97.25 degree east longitude. Are you clear? Now we discuss regarding the easternmost part of India and westernmost part of India. That is, you can say Arunachal Pradesh and Gujarat. I clarified that there is difference in the timings of the sunrise of these two places, and hence these two places have different timings as we talk regarding different countries of the world. That is, eastern countries and western countries have difference in their timings. Even among the western countries and eastern countries also there is difference in timing. Similarly, in India also there is difference in timings of Arunachal Pradesh and Gujarat, because sun rises first in the Arunachal Pradesh and last in Gujarat. Thus there is difference in their timings, but single country can't have the multiple timings. Thus Indian time is decided from the 82.3 degree east longitudes. This is considered as the standard meridian. And that passes from the 5 states of India. That is, you can say UP, Uttar Pradesh, MP, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Orissa and Arunachal Pradesh. In India, sunrises takes place first in the Arunachal Pradesh and last in the Gujarat. Standard time of India is decided on the basis of 82.3 degree east longitude, that is considered as the standard meridian of India, and this longitude passes from the 5 states of India. These 5 states are Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Orissa and Andhra Pradesh. Now the last, we are going to see the area of India. That is, you can say distance is an area of India. Now if we talk regarding the east to west distance, that is the distance from the Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat, then it is 2,933 kilometers. And if we talk regarding north to south distance, that is distance between Jammu Kashmir and Kanyakumari, that is Kerala, then it is, you can say, 3,214 kilometers. In this way, total area of India is 32.8 lakh square kilometers. India holds 7th position in the entire world in terms of area. That is, India is the 7th largest country of the world. The other countries which are larger than India, that is the 6 countries which are larger than India, are Russia, then comes Canada, USA, China, Brazil, Australia, and at the last point there is at 7th position comes the India. I hope you are very clear with this video and today's content, that is location of India. Okay, thank you students. Please revise this at home. Please do study whatever we have done today and try to clarify the concepts. Refer the textbook for this. Thank you students.